Hey there, you're watching the Jessa Channel on YouTube. I'm Jessa, and today I am here with more Dragon Age Origins. We have finally found the Urn of Sacred Ashes. And we need to now deliver those to the Arl of Redcliffe and hopefully save him from an early grave. We've also come back to the camp. And I have, as I always do, I'm learning as I go along. I've had my channel now for over 2 years, but it's still a learning process. And I'm learning with role-playing games that it's a good idea to do what I call management, sort of behind-the-scenes management. Usually inventory management, leveling up, and that kind of stuff. And I do all that off camera in between sessions, so that when we come back, we're ready to jump right back into the story. It also keeps me from doing this thing that I hate when I see other Let's Players do it, when we're going along and they have to kind of stop every 10 minutes and kind of mess about with their inventory. And so I decided I just really didn't want to do that as well. So I made sure before we go out onto an adventure that I have kind of lowered my inventory as low as I can get it and taken all the weapons that are we're going to keep and put them up at Warden's, at Soldier's Peak, at the new Warden's headquarters. And that I've got everyone kind of in the best armor they can get. You can see Ilyis in this heavy armor. What is she wearing? Helm of the Deep. This is something that she got, I think it's the first piece of armor she got in episode 1. And I honestly forget they're wearing helmets because I have the mod in, which allows you not to see their helmets. And I haven't really found, it's a heavy helmet, which is just silly. She doesn't wear heavy helmets. And I keep forgetting it's in there, so I'll have to remember to find her a better helmet. And I'll take a look out for one. But anyway, you can see that they're all wearing different helmets. She's got a studded helmet, light helmet on. And so they're all wearing basically the best items I could find for them. And then I sold everything else, and the rest of it that I want to keep for characters that we haven't yet met, or things that they can't wear yet, are up at the Warden's headquarters. Gorham, looking awesome. He's got his Caddis of the Lady of the Skies Mabari war paint on. I'm looking for something better for him. We haven't found anything yet. We will be doing the Return to Ostagar DLC as well, and then we may be able to find something there for him on one of the warhounds that didn't make it through the war. We also have some people to talk to, and let's see here. I've bought everything I could from Bodon Fedek, and before we go back to the Arl of Redcliffe, I think we're going to have to make a quick pit stop in Denerim to do a little bit of shopping. As you can see, I'm out of Delirium completely, and I'm very low on health poultices. And he has no more elf fruit to sell, no more health poultices to sell, so now I'm going to have to start relying on other vendors. But I feel like we should talk to someone we haven't talked to yet. I don't think we've talked to Liliana and really got to know a little bit about her, so let's speak to her.
Have I ever told you I really like the way you wear your hair?
Wow, I didn't expect that. And neither did Ilyis. Ilyis is thinking, really? Let's see, what would Ilyis say? I think she would say this. Well, let's see. Well, this is interesting, because I don't know if she's flirting or what's going on here. And I don't know if Ilyis is open to it even. We're going to find out. It's a toss-up between 3 and 4. And I'm imagining that Ilyis had a maid in Denerim who would kind of help her with her hair and maybe expressed her like as to Ilyis's hair as well. And I think Ilyis, being one surrounded by brothers, she doesn't have too much femininity in her. But anytime she has tried to do her hair, say for some formal function or something, it just wouldn't really do what she wanted it to do or hoped it would do. So I think we're going to go for number 4. My hair. Well, thank you. But it is so stubborn. I can never get it to It's really rather a pain. Yours is quite nice.
It's very nice, and it suits you. Simple. Not like the elaborate hairstyles we wore in Orlais. They involved flowers, ribbons, jewels. 1 year, feathers were all the rage, and Lady Ilyis decided she needed to outdo everyone else, and actually wore live songbirds in her voluminous hair. The chirping was quite charming for a while, but you must realize, terrified little birdies often have loose bowels.
Oh, I love this. Dear Maker. To be honest, my sympathies lie completely with the birds.
Yes, I don't envy them. She never washed her hair. But I was trying to say something nice to you, wasn't I? Oh, forgive me. My mind wanders so. It's just that I feel so comfortable talking to you, like I could say anything and you wouldn't judge me.
You know, I haven't given a lot of thought to the romances yet. I guess I was just so focused on Ilyis' story as the wounded hero of Orzammar that I haven't really thought about who she might romance. This is very, very interesting. Let's see. Well, we are friends. I actually do like the way you ramble, wouldn't I? Maybe I'd just keep it to myself. Boy. I'm sorry to take so long to choose. It's just hard to decide what my character would do. I think we're gonna go for number 3. No, she wouldn't. Well, if I were to judge you, I suppose I would just keep it to myself, as any good commander would. As long as you're doing your job within my ranks, I am happy.
You see? You play along with me. Not many will do that. I haven't felt this close to anyone in a long time. I really enjoy your company.
I'm gonna have to pause and think this one over. I'll be right back. Okay, well, here's the conclusion that I have come to. I feel that Ilyis is not really sure. Now, remember, one of the very first scenes that happened in the very first episode is Gorham, her second, flirting with her, having wanted very much to have her attentions, and her brushing him off, being more focused on the events of the day and on being a commander and of a new commander of the Dwarven army, I guess is what she was. And the feast day celebrating that. So I feel like she would probably do the same here. Now I'd like to see her get it on with Liliana as much as the next person, and maybe that will happen. But I think we're going to choose number 4 for now, and see how much Liliana makes her move, which I hope she does make another move. Liliana, your flattery is, well, very kind, but I have much on my mind, especially after what happened in the temple. Seeing my brother, the gift he gave me, and at this point Ilyis would reach her hand up and touch the locket at her throat. Well, there's a lot on my mind, though I don't mind if you compliment my hair. You'd be one of the first to do so.
Ah, yes, it's very nice. But you must watch out the next time you're in a marsh. The humidity, it does nothing for it, and we can't have you saving the world with bad hair now, can we?
Liliana approves +1. Okay, so we let her down gently. I don't know if we even let her down, because the answer isn't no. It's just I have no clue. That's Ilyis's answer. I just don't know. I haven't got time to think about this. I just don't know. But we will keep that in mind because that is juicy. And a question for you. If there is going to be a romance, who would... Hey there, easy there, Liliana. Stay away from the chest plate, if you don't mind. Who would Ilyis romance. Who do you think is best for her? A witty Zevran? Perhaps?
I've a question, if I may.
I have a lot on my plate. Are you sure this is a good time?
I would have asked earlier, but I wanted to wait until you seemed ready to speak, which you do.
That is true. I did speak to you first. Fine. Go ahead.
Well, here's the thing. I swore an oath to serve you, yes? And I understand the quest you're on, and this is all very fine and well. My question pertains to what you intend to do with me once this business is over with, as a point of curiosity.
So your oath is... I thought it was until I chose to release you from my service. So you're now telling me that your oath expires when the darkspawn, as you say this business is, have been vanquished.
Not precisely. I said I would serve you until you saw fit to release me. One simply assumes that once your Grey Warden business is finished, you would have no need of an assassin to follow you about. Am I wrong?
Okay, opportunity for some flirting. Though I have no idea what will happen once our current task is complete. What will happen in my life. And at this point, she is thinking desperately about the fact that she secretly hopes that she would be welcomed back into Darkspawn. Into Darkspawn. Did I just say that? Into Orzammar. She'd be welcomed back into Orzammar with open arms because she had vanquished the Darkspawn. And so that's what she's hoping for. But she wouldn't say that to him. So I suppose that no matter what happened, you would be willing to go if you wanted.
Could I? And what if I didn't wish to leave?
What is this? Flirt with Ilyis? Everybody try and make it with Ilyis episode? And why would you not go? If you had the chance, I'm sure that you would relish your freedom.
How should I know? I cannot see the future. What if I liked it here? What if we became fond of each other? Stranger things have happened.
Wow. She just felt a little flutter in her heart. She's never had a crush, really. Well, that's not true. She's had, like, schoolgirl crushes, like, daddy crushes, like, oh, he's just so, but I don't think she's had a romance at all. So, stranger things have happened. I could use a friend. I suppose that's true. Well, yes. Stranger things have happened. In fact, they have happened to me, stranger things that I would not have thought could ever come to pass in the past few weeks. Therefore, I see it is possible.
See, I have a tendency to grow on others. You'll see. It is good to know what my options might be, but that is for another time. For now, we have much to do, yes?
Zevran disapproves, but yet he got a skill? He disapproves, but yet he still got a minor dexterity skill. All right, well, you take that dexterity and use it however you see fit. Not like that. No way, brother. One more talk to Alistair. Let's see if he'll flirt with her. I doubt it. He doesn't like her very much. Let's see. I don't think there's anything else we can ask him. Oh, we can. I think we may have already asked him these things in a previous episode. Those of you who have been watching along really carefully, and I know there have been several of you, or many of you who have. I'll ask him this one, but I'm pretty sure we've already asked him these. Let me know if I'm wrong. So, Alistair, I'm curious how you became a Grey Warden. Did Duncan recruit you as well?
Same way you did. You drink some blood, you choke on it, and pass out. You haven't forgotten already, have you?
I meant before that. As I said, I referred to Duncan. Or someone else?
Let's see, I was in the Chantry before. I trained for many years to become a Templar, in fact. That's where I learned most of my skills.
Those skills might be. I have seen you in battle, but I am curious as to what other skills you may refer.
Well, it wasn't an easy life, you know. I don't know whether or not you've noticed, but I'm not exactly the Chantry type. The Grand Cleric didn't want to let me go. Duncan was forced to conscript me, actually, and was she ever furious when he did. I thought she was going to have us both arrested. I was lucky.
Why did the Grand Cleric want to keep you?
I wondered that myself. It's not as if she valued me highly. I think she just didn't want to give anything to the Grey Wardens, is all. The Chantry didn't lose much. And I think I can do more fighting the Blight anyhow, rather than sitting in a temple somewhere. I'll always be thankful to Duncan for recruiting me. If it hadn't been for him, you know, I wouldn't have.
Duncan, though I knew him little, seemed to me to be a good man. Your loss must be great.
He was. A good man who didn't deserve his fate. That much I'm sure of. Come on, let's go. I think I'm done talking.
Alistair approves, +1. We have talked enough to Sten. Zevran, Wynn. Okay, let's go quickly over to Morgan, who we haven't talked to in a while, and she's going out on the next trip with us. See if she has anything new to say.
What do you wish of me? If you must.
Once again, I think I've asked her. I'm pretty sure I asked her this one before. It'd be nice if when I asked the question it would go away, but so as not to confuse a woman with an old lady brain like mine. Let's ask how she became a shape changer. Since we're going to be going in, she might be able to use those talents in the forest.
I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemeth's, taught over many years in the wilds. The chastened have tales of we witches, saying that we assume the forms of creatures to watch them from hiding. When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured. A most amusing legend.
Your mother has been doing this shape-changing for a long time, then?
Changing her form, certainly. Devouring lost children, I cannot say. She has not done it in my experience, though in truth my lifespan is but a fraction of her own. Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know?
Yes, in fact there is. She would have heard of magic like that. That would have been taught to her during her tutelage in Orzammar. Is this a skill that anyone can learn? Can anyone become a shape changer?
Anyone with sufficient will. But the act of transformation is a magical one. 'Tis a spell and thus requires a mage's talents. Indeed, you could learn the spells required if I cared to teach you.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to ask.
Indeed. Have you an opinion on my abilities, then? Am I an unnatural abomination to be put to the torch?
To be absolutely honest, I think your abilities sound quite useful. And in fact, I myself would be interested in learning about them.
A most practical opinion. Far more so than any man I have spoken to. But enough of such talk. Let us proceed, lest the dust gather on us.
Yeah, I do have a vague memory. Morgan approves +4. That I may have asked her that before. Or maybe it's just another game. Okay, let's head out. We have Liliana expressing her interest, Zevran expressing his interest, and I'm very curious to see what you all think about who might tame our little wildcat Ilyis. Heading out first to Denerim, we'll be taking
Indeed.
Liliana, Morrigan, and as a tank, Alistair. Yes. And I'm taking Alistair this time, even though he went out in the last mission, because I know how much people love to hear the little banter between Alistair and Morrigan. So I'm bringing them out. Accept that and head first to Denerim to buy some supplies, and then to the Brazilian forest. I was wondering if that would happen. Okay, what do we... Oh, Lord. Oh, lordy, lordy. That is an abomination. Just hanging out, minding his own business in the forest. Looks like he's trying to have a little picnic. Looks like he's snacking on Reynold. That's not good. Okay, let's, do an exorcism on him. Did that work? I don't know. I can't tell. And Morgan's trying to do a paralyze, and we will put down a... He resisted my glyph, and how dare he?
Let's grab some glory.
Hey, you back off, brother. Liliana, I'd like you to, since this is an orange enemy, slightly higher, I would like you to change out your arrows. Interrupt spell casting, elf flight, a chance to stun, cold damage, fire damage, +6 attack. Actually, no, those are pretty expensive. Let's go with an ice arrow. I have a lot of those.
I never liked this part.
Come on. Ilyis, you doing okay there? You doing okay? I believe I have upgraded Ilyis' sword.
Armed and dangerous, ready for action.
That do anything? Pretty good. That's a Wrath of the Maker. Wow, he is beating the crap out of her, but she's taking it. She is just taking a pounding. Let's stone fist him.
For me, it isn't gonna be me. It is done.
Woo, nice. Ow. That hurts. Pile of rags. Feldspar ring. What is this? Nope, rings are here. Or not. Is that a Feldspar ring? I do not see it in here. Am I crazy, or did that not actually end up in our inventory? Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Feldspar. Oh, there it is. A silver band with a finely cut feldspar gem. The gem is rather common, but the setting is crafted with care. Okay. All right. Cool. So what was happening here? Somebody was having a nice little sleeping kind of arrangement, a very cute little tent. Who's Reynold? Reynold's journal. You found Reynold's body along with the abomination that killed him. Reynold's journal tells the tale of his last days. Return to the collective for your reward. This is Have You Seen Me of the Mages Collective, and also his journal. Can never see where things are in here. Reynold's journal. Don't see it. Am I just blind as a bat? I don't know. I see the ring now, and I don't see Reynold's journal. Oh, it's here in the codex. Okay. Quest related, 328. Should you find this note, I beg you, please complete my task. He was a master mage and a mentor to the misguided fool Hesher. his young apprentice got mixed up in magic that was unmentionable. Oh, was that his... Oh, his apprentice had become an abomination. Keep the feldspar ring. Oh. That's interesting. So Reynold had an apprentice, and his apprentice got into foul magic and became an abomination. That's too bad. Let's also see if there's some elf fruit around here. And there is.
Right.
Always searching for more because... Any more? That's the return path. Anything over here? Any elf fruit? Nope. One elf fruit, that's all we get. And we head back to Denerim to the market. And I'm going to end this episode here. And in the next episode, we will do a little bit of shopping. There's also a fight we have been challenged to, awaiting us, and I have no idea why that's doing that. For example, on her tactics here, I have her set to do rock armor when she's in combat, self-combat, but it tends to activate whenever I save, as well as whatever this glyph is. And I don't know why that is, but did I just save? I did. So, I'm going to exit, take us out to the main menu so that I might say to you that I'm so glad you joined me today. And if you are enjoying yourself, please let me know by hitting the thumbs up button below. And if you're really having a great time, join the party and subscribe. I love the comments that you guys are giving me on this wonderful playthrough. I'm having a great time with Ilyis. It is a really excellent roleplay. I got some raised eyebrows over on Reddit when I told them that I was going to do a roleplay of an elf who was raised by the king of the dwarves in Orzammar, and how that would just be completely insane and was like out of my mind, but haha, it's working out and working out very well. Thank goodness for mods. So, as always, thank you so much for watching.